morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to the show. I have to do some quick audio checks here. Anybody who tuned in yesterday saw the live stream. I see my voice. I need to just make sure it's the right microphone and not some other microphone. Let's do some quick check. Yeah, I see we're on this. Let's switch it to this. And you guys make sure we sound okay. It's a little low. Amir, how you doing? Why don't you do some
Hi.
talking?
Me do some talking? Yeah, I can chat away. Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing? Happy Friday. It's the weekend again, and with it being Friday, you know what that means? It is the pit stop with Sean Cole and me. We're
I'm
sitting
here.
here, and we're gonna go through the sim racing news that happened over the past course of week and get into some discussions and some other things while answering your guys' questions and whatnot. So, yeah, that's all I got for me. What about you, Sean?
I have been going insane. I've been going nuts. I am sore. I am sore all over. I think I fixed the volume, by the way. I think we're all good. We're on.
Nice.
We're back on our good mic. We're
There
not
you
even
go.
on this mic. Amir hears me here. You hear the tapping?
I do hear the tapping.
Yeah, I think you
But
hear
you actually
me.
sound better now because the last couple of streams you were cutting in and out on me, but now you actually sound a lot better.
That might have been my internet. I don't know.
Like, okay, because I had to sit there and guess. Like, what did he just say?
I just like to.
In my head, I'm trying to process.
I just like to report we have 0 frames dropped at this moment in time.
Spatial saying your volume's super low again.
No, I fixed it. I think we
Okay.
fixed it. So, anyway, the picking up the wheelbase. So, review for the tube. You were here for the review yesterday, or the unboxing, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And I at the end of the stream, I turned my camera around so people could see the madness that I was working amongst. And I mean, I was literally in like the only footprint of the floor was where I was standing to do that part. Anyway, the room has been a mess. I had to move my full motion simulator with my fully equipped rig from this side of the room to the other side of the room alone, and all the monitors and all the computers and all of that in an attempt to get up and running for tonight to do some live testing on that wheelbase. And I did it. Also, as we get to the news or what's going on in sim racing this week, it's been a busy week. 10 days ago, it was only 10 days ago that I let out the Fanatic Club Sport GT review. And then on Wednesday night, we released the FGT Pro, the 3-in-1 sim rig from Next Level, the monkey chassis.
I'm about to say that because that was from Monkey Driver first, or Monkey Driver, Monkey Wrench.
Monkey
And
Driver.
then Next Level bought them. Yeah,
Yeah,
Monkey Driver, and
yeah.
then Next Level bought it and built upon it, and now released as FGT Pro, right?
Yeah, it's sort of like if you took the original design and then kind of threw like endless resources. You know, because like
Yeah.
if you're a home entrepreneur building a chassis, it's not that you're going to cut corners, but you might have a limit on what kind of stuff you buy, and you might like use certain hardware because it was available to you, versus when you design it from the ground up.
Yeah. From the
Redesign
ground
from the
up.
ground up. You
Not an overused term.
you can correct those things. So I think they really the things they changed were exactly the things that needed to be changed from the original design. And then they kept everything about the original design that made it really unique and cool. And I mean, the best thing about that rig is it's the most premium chassis in the smallest footprint. So,
Nice.
like, I don't think that's the perfect chassis for everybody. Because if you're spending
Right.
$1,000 or more, you're probably already dedicating a fair amount of space and time and dedication to this sport, right? Or hobby. I'm not trying to cause any problems there. And yeah, so I think that, but some people want to be premium, but let's face it, you just, maybe you live in an expensive city like New York, San Francisco, or LA, where like you're in a tiny apartment, and it's like, I have the money to have an elaborate rig. I just don't have the space. Like, I'm in the GT cockpit. This thing is substantially larger in every way. And it would make a big difference. So anyway, interesting that those are the two rigs, because really both are extremely adjustable, but completely opposite rigs. They couldn't be more polar opposite in the way they are. So it's been a fun week.
And I think you did those two reviews came like right at the perfect timing because they're both like really nice tubular chassis rigs. And, one takes up a lot of space, has a lot of adjustability, has a lot of other things going for it. And then counter it, you have this rig from Next Level, not taking away from it, but has a much smaller footprint. So people can sit there and like, ooh, yeah, I want that Club Sport GT chassis, but it doesn't fit in my space. But hey, this Next Level FGT Pro is a perfect size. Yeah.
Joe, that's as big a challenge as the full force feedback challenge, isn't it? I mean, just to be fair. Let's see here. Give Shaun a thumbs up. I curled the AccuForce countless times yesterday. You can't get the Fnatic chassis in Australia. That sucks, Killing Fields.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. There is a little controversy in my review.
Oh.
So.
Well, before you get into it, do you want to say your hellos and stuff to everybody?
Yeah, we should do some hellos.
We can get into it.
I got way ahead of myself. Let's start things off in the order they showed up today, or at least the moment they got vocal. Alesh, the early bird, gets the worm. Mom, good morning to you. Tom Jones, good morning. Callum, PS4 up. Callum, I'm going to tell you now because it's the beginning of the show. I didn't assemble the names. Forgive me, I did not pull the names together. If we can figure out some way to do the team draw between now and the end of the show, like I've used randomizer where you like put them on a spreadsheet, give them a number. If we can figure something out between now and the end of the show, try to talk to me and Ameer. We'll see if we can pull it off. I don't know what I'm saying. But good morning to you.
Yeah, if you shoot me the names, Callum, I'll put them into randomizer real quick, and then we can go through it.
All right.
Yeah.
David Payne, good morning to you. And it is. I saw you earlier somewhere. You were talking about it being Simpit Road League Practice Friday. Excuse me. It's Fryet Day. The official Simpit title, Fryet. It's Fryet Friday. Raghav Ambishek Balaji, what do you think about Sim Magic? I really love Sim Magic in the direction of that company. They have some really solid gear. Will the new bases work? Alpha Evo. I don't know what you mean by that. Rephrase that question. I'll try to get, if I see it, I'll look for it. And what will happen to the OG Sim Magic Alpha base? Will they lose their support like their M10? Okay, so the first part of the question I don't know. Are you asking if the wheel rims will work on the Alpha Evo? I would imagine they'll work, but will they have full functionality? I don't know just yet. Joa might know the answer because they might have disclosed that. And then as far as support goes, even the MT10 got support for a few years before it was like no longer. And I know people who race on that wheelbase to this day. So, like, maybe some new sim might come out tomorrow and there might be a little bit of a problem. But beyond that, if it's working, it's working. I mean, so many of the updates and support we get are just refinements to the original, like, software based on the new motor, right? So I'd have confidence for many years. I think you were going to say something, Ameer?
Oh, no, I was going to say, no, I think Tyler, before he split with Sim Magic, they stated that they made a mistake with the M10 when they came out with the alpha bases by cutting the support really short, but they're not going to make that same mistake with when the new wheelbase comes out. They will support the older wheelbases for a couple of years before they start phasing them out for the new wheelbase.
Okay. Yeah. And good morning, Raghav. I'm not sure if I said that. That's where we were in the show. Killing Fields, good morning to you as well. Ameer's here. I say good morning to you. Spatial Dragon Tim, good morning. Raul, good morning. Someone here that have tested the Sim Magic Alpha and Moza R12. Which one is better? Better is such a tough word. What's your way of judging better? The Sim Magic is a little more refined and unique, I think. The Moza R12 is a little less expensive, but you could argue is a little more generic. They're really a toss-up. I mean, honestly, Right now, I would probably be more affected by what wheel rim I wanted to put on the wheelbase to maintain the ecosystem. That would probably... They're so interchangeable at this point. I might let the wheel rim or wheel rim options make my choice. Or pricing. We are magically delicious. Altran Sam, retract your message, but good morning to you nonetheless. And hello. Oh, I got a hello. That might have been it. Review for the tube. Good morning. Just saying good morning to everybody. Charles Costin got a question about the Club Sport GT cockpit. I put the pedal panel levers really low and I can't turn the lever. How do you unscrew? Okay, so those screws you got, you're talking, Charles, are you talking about their cami, like you can spring pull them up and then twist them without turning the nut. Now, when there's no tension on that bolt, I actually put a Allen wrench on the top to hold it down. So I held down the bolt with the Allen wrench and then moved it, and then I could get a quarter turn. I think I know exactly what you're talking about. And that totally worked for me. The other thing I noticed is if you're going to do that, get it as close to the bar as you can before you slide it into place so that you have as little turning to do. But you don't want to scratch that bar, bind on it. I hope I answer your question. If not, ask again. Dirge, good morning to you. Who else? Did I miss? Hitch, good morning, Hitchy. How you doing? Do you mind when I throw words? Hinchy. That might be great. Why does he always call me Hinchy? That dick. Right. Good morning, Sam. All right. Did I miss any questions? Because again, it's important that the Pit Stop be a community-based show. We're here to talk about the news. We're here to drink some coffee. And we're here to talk sim racing, which includes, it's a great place to ask questions, by the way. So, especially relevant topics. Have you tried or experienced the Sim Magic new base? I don't know. Is that a fair answer?
I mean, I think about they've just been sending it. You should have. I mean, we could say it though. Like you got it right. You already have the.
I don't.
You just haven't tried. You haven't tried it yet, right?
I cannot confirm or deny anything at this point. But wait, there's more. You're just gonna have to tune in. You're just gonna have to tune in. That's all I can say. Dude, no worries. We will work with you on that, Raghav. We are an international sim racing community show. You thought Hinchy was his real name?
I mean, it is Sam Hinchy. It ends with 2 E's.
You're getting arthritis? Oh, that sucks, Tim.
Yeah.
Anyone liking AC Avo? All right. So, Monkey Driver. Where were we on that?
Oh, we were talking about the new Next Level. How Next Level bought the rig and stuff and from Monkey Driver, and have enhanced on it to release the FGT Pro.
Yeah, it's a cool rig. It's a cool rig, but it does, so we were talking the controversy. That's where we were.
Yeah.
So in my rig, I talk about it being $999.
Mm-hmm.
And I was told it was going to be $999. There was a little delay in the release. And I'm not going to say why because I don't want to get political. But anyone who's smarter than a 5th grader could probably figure out why something would go up like 20% right now immediately. No notice, no warning. Anyway, that was the case. So it jumped up to $1,200. And I did make a comment on the video. I don't think I can do that from... Wait, comments. Pinned. So, pricing update. Since the filming this review, this is what I posted, because YouTube used to let you put up like a corrections on videos, like a card or text or something. Mm-hmm. But they no longer allow you to do that. So it's like you either have to pull the whole video or you, which would be tough, right? Anyway,
Right.
so I did it anyway, and then next level came into my back too. They immediately fell on the sword and were like, yeah, that was an error, so on our
Oh,
part.
okay.
So yeah, anyway, it just wasn't relayed to me in time to change things, which is too bad. And I have a feeling we can single that one out, but I have a feeling we're going to see that more and more. What we already heard about Fnatic price increases.
Yep.
I mean, geez, if you can get a deal on hardware right now, any hardware, and you were considering it, you might not want to wait, right?
Yeah.
Callum,
No,
I don't know
agree,
if it's
man.
gone up yet, but it will be.
I was gonna say, like, for Evo, just for a couple guys talking about AC Evo. I tried it. I live streamed it when it first came out on early access. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it, and I tried it at the Sim Expo last year, and then at the earliest. I really liked it. I haven't touched it since because there's really, to be honest, there's not really a lot of content in it. I went through a couple of the cars and everything like that. It drives really nice. The force feedback is really nice. Sounds are really good. And I didn't want to keep on making more streams of it because it's still early access and there's still not a lot to it. So I was going to wait for the next update. I was going to drop in June when they release the Nordschleife update, and I'll do a couple live streams and give like more longer thoughts on it, because I didn't want to say something that that they know is like it's not working correctly or whatever, because they were having issues with it during release where some of the online portions weren't working correctly. So because it's early release, I didn't want to I feel like I don't want to penalize them in a way, because yeah, it's not, like I said, it's still an early release title. So I was gonna wait for like maybe the June update and then probably do like an actual like review, like, hey, here's how AC is, here's how it's progressed since it's released to now. So yeah, just really because of lack of content that's with AC Evo, I haven't tried it too much.
But we have some more news coming from Evo.
Yeah.
After quite a long time of silence, this was posted on the 4th. More info for the next Evo update should be available next week. Well, that is this week. So if we scroll up, new information about Assetto Corsa Evo drops tomorrow at 5 p.m. CST. Well, do you know when that is?
In a couple hours.
40 minutes from now.
Yeah, 40 minutes. That's right.
So at the Assetto Corsa official YouTube page, there's 609 people waiting, including myself. And this is the waiting for the new news on Evo, which I think they're talking about some multiplayer issues. Not issues, expansions and things like that. So it should be some good information. Hopefully you'll hear about more content as well.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else from Assetto that you know of?
No, again, I'm just we'll see. I mean, we might still be alive, or I don't know if we'll still be alive, but definitely be checking it out afterwards to see what they're going to be talking about. Like, I'm excited for the Nordschleife. I love Nordschleife. I'm different to some other people, but I'm curious to, driving it in the real life versus like driving around in the sim. Like, I'm really anxious to try it out, man.
Yeah, always. Yeah. We always have a track that would work to represent like our testing the track, because that track so well, right? Okay, Joe. Yeah, you got that right. I'm looking back in chat a little bit. Yeah, GPU's already sold out. No doubt. I need to buy a hard drive, and I've been like hemming and hawing, and I probably just need to do it. Rogov, that's harsh. India, that pricing is brutal. Ultrasam, I was hoping when he announced the gold card that we were allowed to use it as a trade. So I was actually hoping to get 5 million for my citizenship and then become a Canadian. That's how I thought it was going to work, and I got really excited. Now I found out it doesn't work that way, so it doesn't apply to me at all. Your Sim Magic Mini and Neo wheel got lost by... Are you kidding me? Phantomized?
Oh, man.
That is ridiculous. David S. thought Moza was Italian.
It's close, right? Moza.
It's the Moza.
It's the Moza.
On a different note, Simagic could tease the Alpha Evo in their Discord. I know it's. I have something on their Twitter. We'll see if it matches up. I can look at their Discord
Yeah.
as well. It's hard to keep track of everything like Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and what's the Discord? That's the other big one.
Yeah.
Reddit. Some of the cars are cool. It's just another track game. Pff. All right, bought your replacement wheel. Yeah, one way or another, most sim companies are Chinese. Almost all of them in some way, shape, or form. All right, I am trying to keep up. You guys are lighting up the chat. Awesome. One more question, you're done. On the cockpit, how do you lock the paddle panel? The paddle panel from sliding. Paddle panel. What's the paddle panel? The pedal panel? Mine doesn't slide at all. I locked down all 4 of those. It does not go anywhere. Is that what you're talking about? The whole pedal tray sliding? You have
That's
4.
what I'm guessing.
You have 4 locked. If you lock down all 4, it should not move at all. 0. He's very ego. Sim Magic is Dutch. Oh, Max, you're allowed in Canada.
Just not you.
What if he has fleas? Bro's having. My dog's got fleas. He's having trouble. He did it in the house again last night.
You didn't step in it this time, did you?
No, I'm so
All
on
right,
guard
you're good.
now. You should see me walk downstairs now.
You're tippy-toeing, just like with your phone flashlight, just like looking everywhere.
Turning lights in before I go in the room like I'm a 12-year-old afraid of the dark.
I'm afraid of the poo.
You think you're just missing putting those 4 flanges on. Yeah, Charles, mine has not moved 1 iota. I mean, like 0. It like doesn't even think of sliding. And I don't even wrench him down that hard. No, I didn't think he had fleas. He's been itching, and I thought it was just him being neurotic, because he is. And then he was getting clumps of hair because he was eating, chewing so much. So then I was starting to shave him because we're coming up on summer. And I'm like, I'll get him in the groomer, but I'll shave him now, like, just to get him in relief.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh my god, he actually has fleas. It's just his hair is so thick you can't see them. But we thought he'd been pretty much flea-free for quite some time. And apparently spring is in the air. So, alright. Altran, that's exactly what time it happened at, by the way. Just for the record. Alright, Le Mans. This isn't actually Le Mans Ultimate News, but they posted this and it made me go, no. FIA World Endurance. McLaren's announced that they're getting back into WEC. And the Le Mans game is covering it, which I think is relevant because they could ignore this story, but they chose to jump on it, which, wonder if we'll see anything new to Le Mans Ultimate. I don't know. Just speculate. 100% speculation.
Oh, that's great. I mean, it's great for both, man. Like, WEC has really, really taken off with the addition of the hypercars, and it's been a great. I don't know if you ever did you watch any of the races last year, Shaun?
No, I really didn't.
They were really, really great races, and I mean, that's just showing, like, how, like, real life helps Sims and Sims help real life. Like, kind of, that whole symbiotic, relationship where I think, like, as WEC's popularity is rising, so is Le Mans Ultimate's popularity going to rise. I mean, you're starting to see more and more people playing LMU now. It's really great to see, man.
That is. Unfortunately, here in the States, because I know you're, one of us, but you're over there. But racing is tough. It's hard to watch racing in America. Even the stuff that should be easy, like IndyCar, isn't necessarily
Right.
easy because they bounce it around so much. They come and go from channels. They move the channels often. And then just when you think you should be able to watch something, it's not available.
Hmm.
Or if it's like an endurance race, you have no idea what portions of the race they're actually going to
Yeah.
broadcast. And so it's become very hard, especially when you talk about like the European racing scene. It's just the coverage here is so spotty.
Yeah.
And then for me, like I honestly for the last 20 years have not been that huge of a racing fan. You know, like 20 years ago, I went to like
Hmm.
every Indy or NASCAR race that was local to me, and now I just kind of maybe I did too much of it for a period of time, and then I just stopped.
Right.
And now it's like I'll put it on in the background TV, but I won't even watch it. And then like my
Hmm.
brother will have none of that on the main TV. So
That's why I enjoy being in Europe, man, because a lot of that stuff is put on YouTube, and I can just watch it on YouTube. Except for IMSA, like IMSA, no, you have to subscribe. But like I'm in Europe, I can't subscribe. Uh, yeah, it's. I tried watching Daytona, and I couldn't even really find Daytona. Like I had to go to one of those sites, those sites to watch Daytona.
yeah,
Yeah, man.
F1 is killing themselves right now, in my opinion. Um, F1 is kind of doing what NASCAR did in the peak of NASCAR, where they're like, "Man, we are packing the stands. Every
Hmm.
race, it's packed, right?" And so instead of just staying right there and going, "This is our crowd, this is our
Yeah,
people," right? They're trying to reach out to different audiences, in my opinion,
yeah,
and it's ruining the experience for the hardcore fan, which has been their base for all of the time.
yeah,
And they're hoping to get soccer moms to F1. And it's like, stop trying. You
yeah.
just preach to your own audience and just hope you can expand it more. But,
Hmm.
from like by growing it from within more than like trying, like, anyway, every time I tune into F1 now, I'm like, what if this sport
Yeah.
is not even close to what it was 10 years ago.
It's so expensive to watch nowadays, man. Like like here in Europe, you've got to have cable with Sky, so you got to subscribe to watch it. And then forget about going to the races. Like if you want to go watch a Formula One race, you're gonna be spending at least $500 to watch a Formula One race, and that's it could be way higher in other countries. Like, dude, I can go watch the 24 hours of Spa or watch 24 hours of Nürburgring, for 3 whole days, and a ticket costs $100.
Yeah.
Like, why am I spending $500 for a couple hours when I can sit here for 24 hours watching a race and having a lot more fun?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
they've
insane.
priced themselves out of the normal people, man.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well, and Tim, I get it. Yeah, you can go VPN, you can hunt it here, hunt it there, and find things and watch. But see, here's the thing. And forgive me, I know this is going to be my old man yelling at the cloud quote of the day. Um, my cable and internet bill is $340 a month. So first off, fu Spectrum,
oh,
right? I pay that much because I shouldn't have to go jumping through hoops to watch things. That's why I pay a ridiculous amount every month to have entertainment on my television. And it just makes me mad that now it's like that doesn't get me. I don't have the rant cam good to go. I totally rant this one. Um, anyway, yeah, it's like I just don't have the time and energy to go jumping around. I pay too much money for cable. Now, I should take that out on my cable company, but to an extent I take it out on everybody else because they're the ones pulling it away from cable, right? And I blame everybody who's paying for those other things because they're taking it away from my cable. So, all right, I'm done. Rant over. Forgive me.
no, you're good, man.
60 a month. I don't know how. I have no cable options, and that's all. And I get 1 gig, and my cable
Yeah.
portion is like 160 of that, and yeah, our whole bill. I got to call them tomorrow actually, and it's been
Mhm.
pissing me off. But I last time I did, it just there wasn't a lot that could be done somehow. I don't understand. I'm gonna I don't know. We might get my brother and I might be getting closer and closer to cutting the cord though. As much as I just yelled at all of that, but
Yeah.
it's getting to be such an obscenity. Yeah.
Oh, dude, streaming services aren't getting any better, man. Like,
No, they keep going up every month.
yep. Yeah, I just got a notification last week that hey, your Netflix subscription is going up. Like, so I can't watch everything on Netflix. You got Disney Plus, you got Paramount Plus, HBO Max. What's this, the CW one? Like, there's so many streamers out there, and like by the time you subscribe to some of them, you're already paying more than your cable bill.
Yep.
But yeah, it's getting insane, man.
Spectrum. I hate Spectrum so much. Or I'm sorry, it's Xfinity, but I believe Xfinity's owned by Spectrum.
Mm.
Which is probably why it's probably even worse when you're like a subsidiary, because it's like now you got the junior company has to pay the parent company on top of all the other obscenities.
Yep.
So I don't know. I'm waiting for the next phase of cell phone where right now I have enough bandwidth on my cell phone to run my other phone off of my main phone. At some point, my phone's going to bring enough bandwidth into this house to run my television. And if that's the case, that's when maybe I'll start making some big changes, because then we'll really be cutting the cord for real,
Right.
So, all right, BeamNG, a couple of different hot fixes have been deployed, 0.35 and 0.35.4. That was to a pretty significant update that we saw, the version 0.35, with the Hirochi Sunburst remaster, user interface upgrades, West Coast level improvements, expanded modding tools, and more. Much more.
Nice.
All right, what else? Max, don't trip on that wire. Thank you. You almost pulled my light down. My luck would fall on my coffee table. Right. The Bathurst 2-hour went on at RaceRoom, and unfortunately, these are not the kind of numbers I'd want to see for one of their big events, but 177 drivers, 6 splits for 2 hours of intense GT3 racing. Anyway.
It's more than you've ever had online ever, right? I'm kidding.
No, RaceRoom's gotten to...
Yeah.
If I was in charge of RaceRoom, if I were CEO for the day, I would say, we need a different name.
Yeah.
It's time to dump the name. RaceRoom 2.0 is not going to do it. Why don't we Here's what I would do. Honestly, I don't know if they have the bankroll. They probably don't have the money to do this. But if I was in charge of RaceRoom, I'd say, here's what we're going to do. And I'm going to tell my employees before we do it, because this is a plan of attack, not just free wheeling it.
Right.
Give them a 30, 60, 90-day rollout or something. We are preparing to shut down the servers. We're going to just end the game. It's been going a long freaking time. Their fan base is relatively small, unfortunately, right? Yeah. We're going to shutter the game. We're going to box it up. We're going to stick it on the shelf and call it a day.
Yeah.
Right. And then we're not going to do that for 3 months. So publicly, no one's going to know we're even doing this, right? Because that's just buying us some time, ultimately.
Right.
And then in 3 months is when we actually shut it down. And then we're going to take another 3 or even 6 months to do the upgrades to our race engine and to our racing game. There's no reason to throw it away. You just need to shut down the original at this point. And then you need to come up with a new name. And you then need to rebrand it and relaunch it with some major significant updates that, even if it's just fake, you could do a visual graphical change that would make people think it was different, right?
Because to be honest, you don't really need to change a lot about RaceRoom. It's a great sim.
It's a great sim.
Unfortunately, it just doesn't have a lot of users. The best aspect I think for RaceRoom is you can actually have door-to-door racing. Like you can bump people and hit people, and without them flying off into Mars like in iRacing. It's really great for that stuff. And the cars handle great. The sounds are amazing. I don't know if it's like their marketing is failing them or what. Just for some reason it just never got, I think, like the love that it deserves. Like I think it's a really probably the most underrated sim out there.
They're the Betamax.
Yeah.
No, but here's the thing. They kept doing so many upgrades to it,
Yeah.
but it was after they really had already lost the war.
Yeah.
And it's like, so now, because like, if they came back on the market as a new sim with what they have, I think it would be received a lot differently than it's perceived as is.
Mm-hmm.
So, Tom, Project RaceRoom, that's the new name. No, so yeah, I just think they need to do a refresh, do some significant updates, and then just with the same company, the same group,
Yeah.
put out a new title. And then have the servers already in place, right? And have a safety rating and all that stuff already in place. Have some really well thought out DLC bundles, like maybe reinvent the way bundles should be. Like, hey, here's our GT3 pack that's all the tracks and cars in one giant bundle, right? Versus here's our, because they have a lot of content. So they could create some really interesting bundles to make it affordable to buy the new sim. Yeah. Dirge, the sim market is already too saturated. I agree. But they're all still trying to fight for second place in the current market. All right. Yeah, but RaceRoom, it's because it's far better than 177 drivers for a big event.
Yeah.
That's, I guess, my
It
point.
is.
All right, moving on. Well, this will be quick. Check out our companion blog for the full-length deep dive here. EA Sports F1. F1, I don't even know what year it is anymore. And that's not just because I'm old. Check out the comparison blog for the full-length deep dive and more info about what's coming to F1 25. Look, we have some pictures. Oh, look at these character images. Oh, our team rivalry. Is that our, like, manager guy?
I don't know. I haven't been following it. Like we talked about last time, like I really had little to no interest in F1 25, so I haven't really been following it. But I have been reading like they've been expanding a little bit on the team rivalry and how you can create characters and things like that. Yeah.
What's the best fantasy F1 game at this point in time? No, I mean it like where you're like a F1 manager. And And then my next question, I don't know if anybody, I don't play any of those, so I am genuinely asking. And
they had that in last year's game.
Well, and how graphical was it? Is my question.
It was the same. Like instead of just driving, you could watch the race and stuff. But now you're like in the team manager role aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and so do the images look like this when you're in the shop?
I don't know. Yeah, they look just the same. Yeah.
Okay. See, that I wouldn't mind a fantasy game where you could actually, like, where the races were done. Like, so back in the day, I used to run Gran Turismo Sport. What was where you have a character, icon? No, Drivatar.
Yeah, Drivatar. That's
and
right.
it had its own career. And so I'd literally make it run like an 8-hour race, and I'd put it up on the TV and watch. So I could see doing like something like that and having fun with it. All right. Anyway,
I used to play those games on my mobile. Like I had Motorsport Manager. It just when I'm either traveling or whatever, like just pop it on, like run a couple of races as the team manager or as the crew chief. Or I mean it's got its crowd. Yeah.
Oh, Drivatar, you're right. That was Forza. They had a different name for it. And I think your Drivatar was actually you. It was like it created you or whatever. All right, let's see here. So, and introducing My Team 2.0, our most expansive career mode yet, is what they're getting at for this version of F1, which is out May 30th. And that's all I have to say about that. All right, let's see. Gran Turismo update 1.57. What?
No, I was gonna make a joke. It's like we're such sim racing snobs.
We are. We are. I tried not to be for a long time, and then it's like, F it.
Yeah, I have like I really have like for me. And I think you probably agree too. Is like I have nothing against the F1 games. It's just, do we need to buy a new one every single year? That's my biggest problem with little to no changes. Maybe they expand some things, like, I'd say, like, content wise, but when it comes to like quality of life improvements to the game, like, they leave a lot to be desired. And so, like, why am I dropping, I mean, $80 on a game now every single year just so I can have the newest roster? Like,
Sure.
I have an issue with that. Like, if they did, like, buy the game once every 3 to 5 years, and then every year after that's DLC, I'd be cool with that.
Yeah.
But not have to spend that much money every single year. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like every other year at least. Like it should just be a
Yeah.
DLC update, not the full game again.
Right.
Interesting story about my snobbery though. So here's how I am when it comes to being a snob on the sim. I'm a snob when it comes to me and what I need. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, as a reviewer, I always try to get in the mindset of the end user, not what I, the snob, would want.
Right.
And as a great example, I have a neighbor here where I live who I just noticed that every time I see the guy, he's wearing a different like NASCAR shirt. Joey Logano, and just every day it's a different driver, different hoodies, T-shirts, and it's like, oh wow, that guy's obviously a racing fan. So I'm like, oh, you like racing? He's like, yeah, I take my daughters to the Sonoma race every year, and last year we went to Phoenix for a family vacation. I'm like, okay, this guy's like into racing.
Yeah.
And so then, just casually, we cross paths every once in a while. And it's like, oh, hey, how you doing? I'm like, you ever sim race? And he's like, oh yeah, I got a Logitech 920 on a
Mhm.
on a card table. And I'm like, oh right on,
Yeah.
cool. And then future time we pass, and I'm like, oh, so what do you play? He's like, oh, I do some Gran Turismo. I play a little NASCAR. I play some Formula One. And I'm like, oh, so on the PlayStation? He's like, yeah, that's what I do. And I'm like, right on, cool.
Yeah.
And then the next time you go by, I'm like, so hey, you know what I do for a living? He's like, what? I'm like, I have a sim racing show. He's like, no way. I'm like, yeah. He's like, is that what all those boxes? Because like when Fanatic Club Sport GT
Right.
rig got here, there was like 8 giant boxes on my doorstep. They block my. I have a fire like a metal gate, so we have a door and then a
Right.
metal door, right?
Mhm.
They block my the outside door opens outward, right? The inward door opens inward.
Yeah.
They block my door, and if there's a fire, I could die. I'm not even joking,
Yeah.
because it's like 800 pounds of rig boxes blocking the door.
Right.
So anyway, I invited him over and let him try out my rig the other day, so he got to.
Oh, nice.
But in the whole time, he was like, "Oh, this is awesome." I'm like, "Yeah, but I was like, yeah, but F1's really cool," and he's playing with his buddies. I'm like, "That's awesome, though. You
Yeah.
guys can just hook up. It's really easy to do.
Yeah.
Whatever." So, no snobbery.
That was a snobbery story. I was just sharing a passion story.
Yep, sharing a
And,
passion
you,
story.
and you've met a potential friend.
A bro friend, as Joe would put it.
Yeah. Bro friend.
So, long overdue for a proper physics F1 game. By the way, I put the
Yeah.
guy in the McLaren F1 car at Spa, and
Oh, yeah.
he did not embarrass himself. So the guy knows what he's doing.
Right.
He wasn't just spinning out. It's like, nope. He knew his
Yeah.
way around Spa, and he wasn't just looping it.
Yeah.
So,
Right. I was gonna go, like, going back to Ragif's comment. Long overdue for an F1 game. I think so, man. I know there was talks a year or two ago about F1 wanting to have 2 different titles. One, keep the Codemasters, but then also have a proper sim F1. I just don't know whatever happened to those. I think it probably might just come down to licensing, just how much it would cost to use the F1 license for these companies. And I don't know if anybody has the big enough wallets other than iRacing really to do a proper F1 sim.
I think until EA's not going to pay for it, and it goes
Yeah.
open. So if EA ever is like, we don't want exclusive anymore, we're not willing to pay for that, that's when we might start seeing something. Because then they'll like part it out, kind of like, okay, well, instead of getting one cash cow, we need 5 little cows.
Yeah.
So, all right. Gran Turismo Update 1.57 brings custom race support for the next generation racing AI against Gran Turismo Sophie.
Ooh.
So their AI, which is rumored to be some of the best AI racing out there, is getting even better.
Nice.
Way to go, Japan.
Hell yeah.
Forza had an update. I don't have much to say about that.
Tell me how you really feel, Sean.
Well, let's see. They had an update. Good for them. Was that snobbish enough?
Yeah, you kind of, yeah.
My milkshake. My milkshake. How tall was the guy? Was it easy to adjust the rig? Tom. That sounded like a shot. I'm just saying that almost
That's
sounded.
Tom. Tom's a nice guy.
Wags, I will be at the expo.
Which one?
The expo. What do you mean, which one? There's only one.
I'm gonna be at an expo. Expose.
The expo. Ameer's gonna expose himself at the expo.
Whoa! I never said anything like that. Don't be putting words in my mouth. Don't be putting my words in my mouth, buddy. But
yeah, Max needs a flea bath. As soon as I finish this show, that's actually on my agenda. I literally have the mobile groomer. I was gonna call him last night, but they're already closed.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll be talking a little bit more about the Sim Gaming Expo later. But yeah, we got just talk about some of their announcements and things. Yeah, so.
Missouri was released, and so anyway, it's just all over ATS. They have all these like underground terminals there, which I guess are kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah, Ameer's going to a different expo after.
You don't want to know.
Yeah,
you don't want to know.
That's the after hours expo.
Let's just say I've been too Europeanized.
Alesh, we're working on that. Maybe. I think we're gonna try to sort that out.
I got all the names. I got the stuff ready to go.
Oh yeah, we are okay.
Yeah.
Moza Racing. They're now excited to share that all Moza bases are powered by next-gen force feedback 4.0 algorithm for an enhanced experience. So, you might want to update your Moza gear. Moza kind of makes you update your gear. Not makes you, but it's like, it is... Bam, there's an update. Evo. So, here is the... It's been long enough. Time for a shake-up. Evo. 4 years in the making. Force feedback redefined. Orders start soon. That's from Sim Magic. Now, is that what they had at their Discord? Let me go venture over to their Discord. It's so nice being able to click around without making Ameer disappear. Oh shit, I didn't realize I had an update. Okay. I need to... Generalized? Is that where it is? No. Announcements.
Oh yeah. It should be the same thing because that's the picture I saw everywhere on Facebook, Twitter.
Okay. Yeah, it is the one I just checked. Okay, we confirmed that part. Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Let's see, where are we?
You ready for it?
No, we're not. We're not. For what?
You're not ready for it?
For what?
For the Sim Magic thing.
Wait,
that you can't talk about.
What do you mean?
Oh, you were talking about the Evo. The post. Yeah. Are you ready for it?
I have it.
What you said you couldn't say anything. I just.
Oh, I have the post.
So now you're allowed to? Okay.
No, I can talk about the post. It's right here. Anyone can see that.
Okay. All right. That's all you have. Okay.
What, do you want me to do more?
No, you're good. You're good. I just got you to admit something you didn't want to admit, so I'm good. I succeeded for the day.
I I didn't say anything.
Okay.
I did
Whatever. You said you had
nothing.
it. You said you had it.
I have the post.
Oh, okay. The post. All
Yeah,
right.
the same
Okay.
as the Discord site is at the Twitter page. I don't know what he's talking
Yes.
about, everybody.
You have the post. All right.
All right.
Oh,
Anything else on that?
no, you're good, man. I was just gonna say to
Hey,
Spatial, I
Max.
am never shaving
Max.
my head. Nope.
Max, get off the fucking camera. If you're gonna do that, if you're gonna eat your ass, get off the camera. Go to private. Go. Go private with that. Take that in the other room. He snored during my entire live stream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was reading comments and people are talking about, is that dog snoring? What's the status on the rally sim? Oh, rally rim.
The rim. That's for me. Yeah. I'm still waiting on some parts, but I have to get my car ready for the season. So that's what I've been doing for the past couple of days. Just now that the weather is getting nice, I can finally put the summer tires on. I got to do complete brake change.
Hey.
So yeah, I got to take care of the real world's life stuff versus the sim racing stuff right now.
I should put a friggin' box there so he can't sit in the camera view.
Hi, Maxie. It's okay, buddy. You're the real star of the show.
We have some inside images of the Huisingveld Mag Shift Mini.
Ooh.
That is super
That is very
mini.
mini. I know. That like what is we were talking about in Discord when they announced it is like what would you use it for and how would you mount it? Like where to where like it would be somewhere comfortable. I don't know.
That's the thing that, like,
Yeah.
we kind of got there with wheelbases. Like, most people put out a wheelbase now, try to pick one of the common patterns that's out there, right?
Yeah.
Pedal companies are trying, but they're not as good, but they're trying.
Mm-hmm.
So that we're getting these standardized things is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
And who cares if Fnatic led the way on some of them? I mean, hey, they went away from their stupid Club Sport 4 holes all close together, right? So, but then you get this thing, and it's like, well, what shifter deck do I use for this one?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because like for me in my case, like I wouldn't like how my shifter is mounted. It's kind of low, so like I would have to figure out a way to raise it up to get it in the proper position. So I don't know. That's why I was like, it's nice in theory, but like I just don't know like why would somebody buy this over just a regular shifter? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of movement out of their table, by the way. No, it's so I can't tell you how many times I'm editing and I see movement and I have to go like really like actually rewrite because like you'll feel and you'll swear certain things, but then you're looking at footage, you're like, oh, wow. I mean, like in the case of the next level monkey rig, the FGT Pro, I thought I was getting pedal deck flex, but it turned out it was actually the pedal base that was flexing.
Oh.
So, yeah. Since it's short, it's cheap. Is that another shot, Tom? Like, you're really on the short jokes today, huh? I'm just trying to get him to stop eating himself. He can't get the fleas. That's the thing. It's useless. It's I understand. Humble brag. Who humble? Did I humble brag? It was probably me. I do that. Yep. Wags has never driven a direct drive wheel. Oh, it's gonna blow your mind. No.
Yep.
Let's see. You screw the cradle to the rig first. No, it's not cheap. I don't think. All right, moving on. VRS showing off their new wheel, the R295, the Direct Force R295, optimized for both GT and Formula style driving. Next generation sim racing wheel is designed specifically to enable users to take control of the race. So here we have some pictures of it.
Ooh.
Okay, there we go.
Looks nice.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Next level, they're announcing the FGT Pro. I don't know if you guys heard anything about this rig.
Did we?
I heard it went up in price. That's what I heard.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, here, they have a monkey driver promo. Oh, look, they're showing that. There's the guy. There's the monkey himself. The man. The man. The monkey. The legend. We'll go check Assetto News. Oh, shall we? Let's see here. 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay, let's see here. Actually, okay, so next thing is Overtake. Overtake seems to be the ones who have the line on Project Motor Racing news, by the way. So if that is a sim you're really looking forward to, I would personally be looking at Overtake, because that's where you're going to find it first. Or you can wait for Friday and I'll tell you. Anyway, lining up grid, and on April 29th, more than screenshots will be shown. The reveal of the upcoming sim is set to happen within weeks. So, yeah, we're going to have some big news and some big, real first-look stuff at Project Motor Racing.
Yeah. I'm excited for it, man. I really enjoy the 2000s era GT cars. Yeah. So I'm excited that because they're going to have the full, I think they're trying to have the full roster of the 2000s era GT cars. I'm excited for it.
They're announcing ray tracing.
Yeah.
I'm going to put my excitement on this one right there with, Ren Sport.
Oh, that's a low blow, man.
Test drive.
A little bit better, not much.
I don't
No, I wouldn't even say that. No, because, oof.
All right.
I'd put test drive even lower than Ren Sport.
Yeah, I'm. You know what? I take that back. Well, no, I don't, because if they're all into racing, they might have lost what was the better part of Project Cars, because it was a good racing game. But I think some of the best part of Project Cars was actually things that went beyond racing, because that's where the niche laid, not in trying to do what everybody else is already doing.
Right.
So
I appreciate the fact that they're using eras of cars that people really want, but none of the sims are really touching. To me, I feel like that's some sims touch upon it, but when was the last time you were able to, in what sim can you really drive a full roster of Group C cars or the 2000 era GT cars?
Yeah.
So I think this will strike an itch for a lot of sim racers if it's good. Obviously, let's say that with that caveat, if it's good. I think that will have a lot of potential.
Yeah. Okay. Christian, do you remember how much hype there was at that party for P-Cars 3? What was that guy's name? Was it Dave? The guy who did he was wearing the karate pants or something? Just going on. It's so funny listening to developers talk about their vision of the game, and then when it comes out, and it's really? Are you, based on what you were saying, are you proud of the game, or are you proud of your marketing salesmanship? Because they can't exist simultaneous.
Yeah.
All right. All right, we are getting to the end of the show here, so I'm going to go over some road racing results, And then we're going to move on to the rally draw, and then we're going to bring this show to a close. So,
Yeah.
last week we were at Algarve. Didn't have a good time, did ya?
No, I'll go into my rant after we go through the results.
You know, it's so weird how things work out for me in racing sometimes. Um, it's hard to be excited about a sixth place finish, but I was super pumped about my sixth place finish. I'm just saying. Um, I didn't get the prep I needed, and it's not a track I know very well, and it's a very tricky track. So I was just thrilled to death to like actually be fairly consistent through the race, not make many big mistakes, and finish with a car in pretty good shape. I was actually hanging with the group that included like really fast guys, and I was hanging with them for the first half of the race. But I knew, I was like, there's only two reasons I'm hanging. It's a little bit of draft this car does get,
Yeah.
and they're all bottled up and nobody's able to run their best lap, including the guy in the front because he's watching his mirror because he's got four people in it. And so for the first half of the race, I gotta admit those guys carried me. I was running lap times I wouldn't ever normally run consistently, and it was because I was just in follow mode. It was taking everything to keep up, and I knew I couldn't really make a pass because it was taking everything I had to keep up. So it was anyway. It carried my race for me, I think. So it's like a big thank you to those guys. So anyway, all right. So with that, Joshua Higgy won the race. Great race by Joshua. Fast lap during the race, 1:43.416. Really fast. Joa Antonio finishing in second. Great job, Joa. Neil McDougall finishing in third. Randall White and Gerald Williams rounding out our top five. And looking to our GT amateur class, it was David Payne winning the race. Fast lap for him, 1:44.819. Joseph Spacek in second, and Travis Fleming in third. Sherfo Luisi. Thank you. In fourth, and Ken Estep finishing in fifth. All right, take a quick look at standings, then we'll let Ameer get some stuff off his chest. After 3 rounds, it is Joshua Higgy leading the way with 95 points. Randall White in second. Johnny Alford in third. James Dowling, great job, James, sitting in fourth place. Nicholas Batista in fifth. And looking to our amateur class, it's David Payne leading the way with 95 points. A little tighter margin in our amateur class. Joseph Spacek in second, only 5 points back. Travis Fleming in third. Robert McNeil in fourth, and Peter Lamb in fifth place. And where's our next race? I can't remember where we are.
Next race, we're going to be at Magello.
Magello, that's right. I turned a lap.
Yeah.
I turned a lap with field of view that would get me put in jail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I literally, my rig was like 4 feet back of the monitor because I was filming stuff, and it was like, okay, well, this is useless driving. I had like one headphone on, not the other. So, anyway, all right, Ameer, what was your?
No. Oh man, no, I was so upset because like right as we were I have had no luck at all this season. This season has been blah. First race. What happened to me the first race? Because I can't remember what race was the first race. I had issues the first race, and then the second race, I spun myself out trying to do an overtake on the dirty side. That was my fault, so I got to take full responsibility of that one. But then, dude, I've been having like so like right as the race was starting, iRacing completely crashed on me. Like, on the final corner as we're getting ready to go, iRacing crashed on me. It hung up, it stopped, everything was frozen, and freaking I had to reboot the computer to get back on. So I was already a couple laps behind, and I was running like top 3 pace, with Hegan. Sometimes I was even faster because I could see him behind me, and I was always like building that gap between me and him, especially towards the second half of the race, because I spent so much time practicing for Algarve. I love Algarve, and it was just trying to like nitpick positions here and there from people that dropped out or crashed out. It was so irritating. And then So I'm like, all right, I'm done with this. I'm done with iRacing crashing on me. I did a complete full driver wipe. I cleaned out my registries. Did the NVIDIA DDU uninstalled? Went and did the NVIDIA clean driver install to make sure I put the stable one. I think it was like 5663. That's the one that everybody recommends. And like, all right, now I'm gonna everything is clean. I did a fresh install of iRacing, and then I was talking to Joe about it. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna do a stress test. So I did a stress test, ran perfectly fine. All right, I'm good to go. And then we get into practice yesterday, and my computer crashes on me again, twice. I was like, what the hell is causing this? So I went to the logs report, and I found out there's an NVIDIA file called nvlddmkv.sys.
Huh?
Right? Like, where is this thing? And it's like hidden somewhere in the Windows drivers folder. And I'm like, what is this? Like, okay, so then I Google it, and yeah, tons of people. There's a lot of people having this issue. I guess like there's an issue between that file itself from NVIDIA not playing nice with the newest update of Microsoft Windows 11, the 24H2 or 3. So, and there's not like one clear fix for it. Like everybody has like, oh, you do this. Oh no, do this.
Oh,
oh no, do this.
I love that.
Do this. So I just did all of them. I just like, all right, I'm just going to do all these fixes that people are recommending. So I'm going to try to do another session today to see if iRacing crashes on me. Because, dude, like, it sucks when you know you have speed, but then stuff outside of your control happens, and then, like, that just puts you out of contention for anything. Like, yeah, I was so frustrated, man.
That sucks. That is brutal. That is truly brutal. Okay.
That's my rant. There you go.
That's it? All right.
That's it.
Which game expo?
Oh, I mean, I'll be at both the Sim Gaming Expo and the ADAC Sim Expo, but we got to talk about the Gaming Expo.
The Gaming Expo?
Yeah.
Which Gaming Expo?
The Sim Gaming Expo in
okay.
Chicago.
Yeah, okay, yeah, all right, yeah.
September 5th to the 7th, 2025.
Now I can't find. Do they have a Discord?
They do.
I don't. I have our thread where we talk to George.
Oh my God, Shaun, you're killing me.
I know. I know. I juggle a lot of balls.
Whoa! First you were doing sexual innuendos on stream during the Road series, and now you've got a lot of balls to play with. Whoa!
Look, special guest, the Simpit.
There you go. I sent you an invite in Discord so you can get into it.
Thank you.
I don't know. Are you starting to get senile in your old age? Just randomly throwing out random inappropriate things?
I have no filters. All right, let's see here. Oh, this is going to be tricky because it's not going to go to the right browser. Hold on. I think I can make this work.
Tom, you can't unsubscribe from your own company. Come on, bro.
Now, what if I do this? Bear with me, everyone.
You're the CEO.
No. No, it didn't work. Shit. Okay. MX5 all day is going to be there.
Ooh.
Here, I got to do this the hard way. Hold on.
Yeah, because I think the newest one, or the one we didn't cover, was starting from GSI.
Did we cover GSI yet?
No, we didn't cover GSI.
Okay.
So starting from there and going down.
So, all right. Well, here, we're going to do it this way here. All right. We're starting to get some confirmed. Gosh darn it, Shaun. Sorry. I'm getting it. There we go. GSI is going to be in the house.
Yeah.
At Sim Expo. So we'll get to meet Gomez in person. And they had a press release as well. get you guys that so you can see page 1 at least of the press release. Who else? Who else is going to be there? Alexander. What's Alexander?
Alexander PC. They are providing all the PCs for the expo this year to include the esport arena. I think they're providing like 40 PCs for the esport arena. That we're also going to be having a Simpit community event if we get enough Simpit people showing up, so we can have like our own race.
Oh, I hope we get enough people.
Arena. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so cool if we got a bunch of people.
Yeah.
GSI is moving to Canada. Gomez Pile USMC. All right, and then HSW Simworks is going to be there. They are the home of the world's smallest button box. Okay, I got to see this. Hold on, we're going to go to their website. What is the world's smallest button box? Do you know it?
I've seen it. Yeah, it's tiny.
Oh my god. It's literally tiny. Wow, look at the little mini button box. It's so cute. Look, an even tinier one. This is the Moza R12 version. Oh, so I see. It's going to go across where the dash would mount in.
Yep.
And it's going to be just to the left of your base.
We got a couple mounting options, yeah.
Interesting. All right, they're going to be there.
Oh, shots fired, Joa.
What did Joa say? Oh! Oh, it continues. The Chicane podcast is going to be at Sim Gaming Expo. Here, I'm going to pull up their site as well. We didn't pull up Gomez's, but you guys know Gomez pretty well.
Yeah.
The Chicane podcast. Which pedals make you faster? Moza active pedal worth it? Some podcast action. I don't know the names of the people on the show. Do you? Doesn't even list.
No, I actually haven't heard of them. When he posted it yesterday, I went and listened to them. To their last podcast was actually really good. So if you want to listen to, sim racing podcasts, I'd give them a go. I'd give them a try and give them a listen.
Jason Rivera, Jeff Smart, and Eric Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the people there, and I think that's all of our latest announcements.
Yeah.
Oh wait, except for. Wait, where'd it go?
For what?
This one, the Simpit.
Which one? Oh!
Simpit's gonna be there.
Are we going to be seeing Sean Cole, or are we going to be seeing Sean Trickle, or Mankini Sean?
No, I was watching a
show.
Sean. I was watching a show, and then I'm sure someone will figure out what show I was watching. I've been working on this, but it's I bought a Segway.
Okay.
And I figured out a way to mount a giant touchscreen pad to it.
Okay.
So I am going to send the Segway with the pad, and I will be at the expo virtually. I'll sit at home.
Are you going to do like Big Bang Theory with
That's
Sheldon?
The show. You got it. and yeah, I'm going to. I'll be sitting here at the comfort of my home, controlling the camera.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah. Care Bear Sean.
I'm going to be flying from Germany to you, or to Chicago. You can make the trip from California to Chicago. Yeah. Maybe we can get a little bit of the California out of you.
See, well, no, that's the problem. See, if any of you really knew, if any of you lived in California, you'd be like, why do I go anywhere else? Like, even my whole moving to Canada, can we just succeed? I'm totally cool with California being its own country. We'd be awesome. Be the best country on earth. Yep. See, okay. No, you stay away then. You see, you're having an on.
I'm happy. I'm happy in Germany. I'm good.
You're not welcome.
Because you know what we have that you don't have. We got the Nürburgring.
Oh well, you know what? No, us liberals wouldn't let that happen. I was gonna say
exactly. Exactly.
Nah, as much as they're not gonna let that happen. That's not gonna happen. No.
I mean, you guys all.
No, we can't even keep the tracks we have.
I know. That's what I was about to say.
Build a wall. I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna be the guy to lay the first brick. This could be a big news story. I'll wear a Simpit shirt. It could work out great. I'm building the wall right there. I'm gonna start at Tijuana and Arizona, like that, like wherever the wall is. Right. I'm gonna lay the first brick going north right there, saying we
There
are
you go.
California. Yeah, we just are. Yeah, we'll close. We don't need to build a track. We will close down public roads and have our races within the canyons that we have. It'll
I
be
think
the
I'll let
most.
you do that.
That's old California. This is Nouveau California.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen. Mission rules are gonna not let you get. Mission rules aren't gonna let you have that.
Yeah, Tom, the fires do suck, but it's so much blown out of proportion. It's not quite. I mean, it sucks. If you live there, it's not blown out of proportion. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to minimize, but on a scale of the size of California and the amount
Shaun
of
is
people,
canceled.
totally. But yeah, it works out that it's really just it's not that. It's like the earthquakes. Yes, they happen, but it just by the scale of the size of the state, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would argue any state that's known for tornadoes is a much more vulnerable place to live than the fires and earthquakes of California. And tornadoes and hurricanes as well, for sure. Or hurricanes for the coastal states on the east. We don't get that. We don't get no hurricanes here. Because we get cold water. That's why. Because all of our water comes from Alaska down the coastline. On the east coast, it's all coming up from the Caribbean, if you know anything about swirling oceans and gravity and rotation of the earth and all that crap. All right, anything else? Oh, rally drop.
Well, before we forget, before we get off the topic of the Sim Gaming Expo, if you guys are watching and don't know yet or haven't seen it, if you're in our Discord, we do have a code to get 10% off on your Sim Gaming Expo ticket. So become part of the group, and yeah, you can get 10% off your ticket for the whole entire 3 days or 1 day, depending on what days you want to show up. If you want to be there for just 1 day or all 3 days, we're going to be there for all 3 days, and you can come hang out with us. We can enjoy some have some fun together, get onto that esport arena, race against each other, and just have a fun time discussing and talking about our hobbies. So yeah, join our Discord so you can get that 10% discount.
Well, and we have that thread in our Discord for Sim Racing Expo. You got to start letting us know you're going to be there. We need to kind of rally our group and rally our troops. The more we can pull together, the more we can do collectively. The more we know in advance how many of us, and I do mean the Simpit community specific, there are, the more we can make plans and get together and make friends. So like Hinch, you mentioned going to be there. Cool. I want to know. I want to know that we're all going to plan to meet somewhere. I don't know if we have to wear name tags or something. My name is.
Cole.
I'm Sean Cole.
I have a shirt that says I'm with this guy. Yeah.
This guy. Actually, I'll be wearing my. Are you gonna wear your jersey? Are you gonna be one of those guys?
No, I'll wear our Simpit. I'll wear some of our Simpit t-shirts.
Are you gonna t-shirt or polo?
I don't know.
I'd get a polo, but apparently our embroidery's all messed up.
Yeah, I haven't had time to fix the logo for the embroidery part.
I don't understand why they have a problem. It was a one of those proper files from Adobe.
Yeah, I think the machines just can't handle that small of line art from what she explained to me. So I got to go do and redo it a little bit. So it's gonna look a little bit. The logo will look a little bit different.
Right. Optimized for embroidery.
Yeah, just do a logo optimized for embroidery. Yeah. But once I do that, then we can actually officially go live with all the new stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
Lord Seth, thank you so much. I've been the last two reviews are certainly look just like any other review, but I actually have been working on my format. I've been trying to knock out some of the repetitive stuff. I've been trying to kind of condense certain parts together so that it carries a little faster and gets us to the meat and potatoes faster. But thank you. I really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Dirge, I am not doing a road trip with someone I hate their music. That's like where I mean, like, Dude, we can listen to news the whole way there. Talk radio the whole way there.
Oh God.
But I'm not listening to music I don't like. How do you know I'll hate
know
your
what?
music? You might not. I don't know. I don't listen.
I mean, Shaun-
This is how old I am. I don't listen to music. News and talk radio and Denny's at 3:30 for the early bird.
Old guy.
Old guy. All right. All right. How are we gonna do this drawing?
All right. I don't know if I can share this with you. Maybe I can share that. You could. I share this and you can take it over, or give me a second.
If it's a browser link.
Or actually, maybe I can. Maybe I can do this through Video Ninja and send you the link.
Oh, that would be super tricky. I better go to OBS, see what I'm looking at. Weird, broken, effed up electronic stuff. Yeah, might not work.
Right.
I like Hotel California, of course. Look at and disco. We might have some common ground in disco, maybe. I am a 80s rock guy. I like me a lot of Pink Floyd, Van Halen, everything they would have played on KLOS back in the day. You know KLOS, Christian. You're a SoCal dude. You know KLOS.
All right. What I'll have to do is I'll have to turn off my camera, and then give you the link for the
new one.
All right. Yeah, I'll give you the link for the new one.
Okay.
Give me a second.
I can listen. It's not like I know disco, but I can listen to disco. Sure.
All right. Try it now, or it should have changed.
It did. I see a spinning thing.
Right.
Wait, here. Let me make you bigger. Hold on. I see a spinny thing.
Yep, that's the spinny thing.
Oh, look at this. So we got names in a circle.
Yeah,
We've got.
I'm gonna add spatial real quick because you just asked.
Last chance to get in. This is the rookie class. This is the people who suck. I listen to a lot of K-Rock too. Well, yeah, but Christian, I'm a bit older than you are, aren't I? I'm probably halfway between you and your dad, would be my guess.
All right. I got the names of the pro drivers. So
all right.
I guess what we'll do is we'll start with the first name of the pro driver, then we'll hit spin, and then whoever the name is, that's who they get.
We need someone. Yeah, we need someone to record these, and then we're gonna drop each name. So what we're doing is, you're 50. Well, we're the same age then, essentially. You're my brother's age. So for our rally season, it is an individual championship, of course. But what we're going to do is combine points, and we're going to take drivers who ultimately finished in mostly the top 10 last season, and match them with drivers who didn't finish in the top 10. And it's going to be completely random, and it's just for the fun of having a little secondary competition within the competition. Yeah. And it might even motivate some of us lesser drivers to put a little more work in, because if you're going to be letting your teammate down, they might give you a hard time about it even. So, in our rookie class, we have Christian... Here, I can't read the little list.
You can make it bigger.
No, I made it full screen. In fact...
Oh, okay.
We're off camera even. Well, I'm blocked too. Yeah. So we got Christian Clark, Wouter, Woot Woot, Sco BBTC. I'm gonna call him Scooby. We got Sean Cole, Tom Jones, Spatial Dragon. Those are that looks like a count of six drivers in our rookie class. Now what we're gonna do? Oh, John Hill's in.
John Hill, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, John Hill. Okay. Well, okay. So we'll go.
Do we have a 7th pro?
No, I think now we got more amateurs than pros.
Do we have a shit. I knew this was gonna happen. That's why I was gonna say push it back a week. Okay, hold on. Callum, you're here. Yes, this is the draw, Edgar. Are you in? Because you I think Edgar was taking a season off. Don't add any more, be unbound. So Callum, can we have a 7th? Sorry, everybody. So unprofessional.
I planned on doing some rally, so if anybody's okay with having a semi-existent rally teammate, that's okay. If you're cool with it.
But you're not a pro.
No, I mean, I don't know. For the ones that just just want to do it for the fun, that are here.
No, I was thinking do we have to promote somebody? I think Christian would be the most eligible promotion. But I need Callum. Callum, you need to be fast on your keyboard here. I need some help, buddy. Send me a direct message, or I can go in the rally chat. Before we mess this up. Okay, so who gets promoted then? All right, Christian, you're getting promoted. Congratulations. Okay. I knew it. You were the one, though. I knew it. I knew it.
All right.
All right. Yep. Another vote for Christian as the pro.
All right, there we go.
All right.
Okay.
So now, Christian, our amateur drivers are as followed. Wouter Van Morik. I can't read that. Scooby's, Wouter Van Morik, Scooby, Sean Cole, Tom Jones, Spatial Dragon, John Hill. We are now going to pick an amateur, and then we're going to pull that name off the list, and then we're going to pick a pro and pull that name, because that will be a pair, right?
I was just going to go off of whatever the names Callum sent me, so David S, and then we'll pick an amateur to go with him, and then practice, pick a name.
I see what you're doing.
Yep.
Okay. All right. All right. That's how we're going to do it, everyone, to make it clear. Yep. Ameer has a list of our pro drivers. We're going to announce the pro driver, and then we're going to draw for their teammate.
Yep. All right. So we have David S. David S. is going to be the first pro. We're going to click spin.
Tim, I probably would have been the next person upgraded.
Oh! Tom Jones!
Tom Jones! So here, I'm going to make the announcements in our Discord. Hold on.
Okay.
Bear with me. We're going to make this official. Okay, so who's our first pairing? David S?
David S with Tommy Jones.
All right, that's Team 1, we're calling them. Well, we can change names. We'll work on that, but... Okay, there we go.
All right. Now we got Caractus. He's our second pro.
Oh, wait. Where's our... Okay. Caracticus.
All right. Let's spin the wheel. Woo!
Spatial Dragon!
Spatial.
Team 2.
Correct.
Sorry if I screwed up your name. I'm typing very fast here. And Spatial Dragon. Tim, if you're not in our Discord from a while ago, we can you've been really a good part of the community. We can get you back in. Okay, next.
Next up, we have, Callum. Is Alesh really considered a pro?
Oh, I can't believe he said that out loud. Team 3.
All right, Team 3. Alesh Mom. And spin. Oh, Sean Cole!
Alesh Mom and Sean Cole! Wow! Sorry, Alesh. Alesh is going to give me a hard time all season. I can feel the pressure already.
I feel sorry for you.
Alesh is really good, man.
All right. Next up, we got Callum, PS4 Deadman. He's going to get teamed up with... Let's spin.
Shalash.
Wow, Van
Wilder Van
Morik.
Morik. Come on down.
All right.
I'm screwing everybody's names up in our Discord, by the way. Forgive me, everybody. All right.
All right. Next up, who do we have list? So next up, we got Heiko.
Team
Let's see who
5.
Heiko's
Oh,
gonna
Heiko. Heiko's a wild card, man.
He is.
Because
He really
if he
is.
shows up to play... Oh. All right. Did you spin it?
Oh, yeah. Spin. Ooh.
John Hill.
John Hill.
The best of friends, John Hill and Heiko. All right. All right. And Team 6 will be by default. That is...
Joe Antonio and Scooby.
I'm typing Scooby. I'm sorry, Scoob. All right. Those are our team draws.
Yep.
And yeah, this is going to be quite the season. So again, everybody is now people who are running in the team competition will ultimately have a slight disadvantage to those not running in the team. But we're talking about 12 drivers who are partaking. And that's because we will have to run 3 rallies in each of the 4 cars, or is it 4 rallies and 3? 4 rallies and 3 cars.
Yep.
So we will be changing cars, everybody, in this. You will have to run 4 times in each of the 3 makes versus people running individual. They have no rules. Dirge. Wait, where's Dirge?
Oh, Dirge. We ran out of team members. Because we promoted... Wait. We got 1, 2, 3,
All right,
4,
we screwed
5,
up.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we added... Yeah, so Christian... Yeah, because we added John. We ran out of... No, we should have enough, so... Oh, crap. Because we promoted Christian, so I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
But Ameer's not making all the
2,
races.
3, 4, 5.
Amir, you screwed it up. Now you have to get that wheel done and commit to all the races for Christian.
Oh my god! I'm not going to be able to get it done in time.
Add him to you and Caractacus. Caractacus and Dirge can't be on the same team. That would be brutal.
Yeah. We're... let's see. Oh yeah, because we moved. Yeah, I mean, we were always going to be 1 down, but even. Yeah. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Rally right. I mean, if Christian is okay being with me, I mean, I'll be his teammate. There you go.
Yeah? You ready? Are you ready to commit?
I'll commit.
Yay! Oh, dude, everyone's so thrilled.
No, they're not. I'm not thrilled.
Everyone except for you.
I know, right?
Dirge and Ameer.
There we go.
Oh, Edgar. But Edgar, I thought you were not. Didn't I read you were not going to be at all the races, or you were taking the season off, or something like that, Edgar? I mean, Dirge is good with Ameer.
All right.
Hold on, let me. Yeah. So Edgar said he might not be able to run all the events, so he's going to run. He doesn't want to ruin anyone's. All right, Ameer. Everyone's been pestering you for a while.
I know they have, and they got me.
All right.
Not because, but hey, it's not because of peer pressure though. They got me, but it's not because of peer pressure.
I just want to thank you all. Having 7 2-man teams in a rally league is really something. That's a lot of people running a rally league, and I know we have another 10 or so drivers who are going to be running individually. This is going to be a fun season. This is going to be really exciting.
Yeah.
I will continue to do what I did last season. I think I made all the races. I will miss a race or two this season. So, like, we have things coming up. I will not be here. I am going to the Indy 500, by the way.
Ooh.
I don't know if I haven't told anyone that, have I?
No, you didn't even tell me.
Okay.
WTF, man.
Tom Jones!
Whoa, very nice.
All right. So, all right, yeah, the spinning wheel. Thank you, Joa. Thank you, Joa. I'm not paying attention. I still and Ameer, you can switch cameras. Here he comes. All right. So, not only am I going to the Indy 500.
But now you got to make me normal size though.
I did.
Okay.
Not only am I going to the Indy 500, but I'm kind of going there with my buddy from Dallara. And so I am going to Dallara has been building a sim center with a company. They've been working with a company. So there's a sim center going in, and I'm going to have first access to it. I am going to get a full tour of Dallara. In fact, I could do my tour Friday at midnight if I want to, just me and my buddy.
Oh.
Yeah, like private tour of Dallara. I am going to run the Dallara simulator.
Ooh. You're gonna be recording all this, right?
Everything that I'm legally allowed to record will be recorded.
Okay.
I will be at the Dallara. This is a maybe, but at Carb Day, I'm going to be at the Dallara Suite for Carb Day. I have general admission tickets for the race, turn 1.
Oh.
Yeah, good spot. I have a really good spot.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing, my buddy lives like a mile from the track, so like, this is like as easy as it gets for doing a Indy, you know. Not to mention we can like take refuge at Dallara if we need during the event, like if it's just like too much of anything. I will not be Care Bearing. I don't know why. I got rid of the Care Bear suit. I really wish I had kept it.
You'll be there as Mankini, Sean.
Mankini, no.
I bet you could get Danica that way.
I'm flying. I actually already have a flight scheduled for this one. So, shit. I think that's everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, went a little long today.
That's about it, buddy.
9:38.
Yeah.
We talk.
I know. We got to go back and watch that AC Evo.
Thing.
Yeah. To see what they're going to be talking about.
Here, I'm going to go see where they're at with that real quick, and then we'll bring it to a close. Hey, where is it? Oh, it's playing. Okay. Oh, it's got a timer. All right. So, yeah, this is what you can do next. Go check out at Assetto Corsa Official on YouTube. It did not have fleas. Dirge, there are going to be a lot of drivers being able to put pressure on other drivers. It'll be interesting how that plays out.
Oh, yeah.
How teams get along. But, I mean, really, you're all on your own. It's just combined points. But we'll see if any teams, like, make plans to work with each other, you know, and, you know. So, yeah. I'll spot for a Lesh, you know. So. All right, everyone, get out there, do some sim racing. Ameer, have yourself a good weekend. I have to get back to work. Yeah, I'm gonna try to live stream tonight. I'm a little behind. I think I'm close, but I do have a lunch appointment, so that's gonna take a little time. I'm hoping later this evening to be able to stream some shakedown on the AccuForce wheel. Super looking forward to that. So yeah, we're really close. I think I have all the wiring. I gotta just clean some things up, make sure I have cameras working and all that good stuff. And then we'll be back Sunday for the road race, which will be very exciting. And other than that, everyone get out there, do some sim racing, have a great weekend. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being part of the show. This is the Simpit. I'm Sean Cole. That's Ameer Assad. and we will see you on the track.
Yeah, later, guys.
Bye bye.